Hey everyone, this is Christine here. Welcome to my channel. I'm using my computer, so I don't know if there will be a different form of quality perhaps or visibility, so I apologize. I guess my storage in my phone is done and I can't figure it out. That's a whole nother thing, so I'm just clearing the energy here. Welcome to this week's weekly energy reading. I do want to note that I have decided to combine the weekly energy readings with the weekend ones because I found a lot of the themes were redundant, they were repeating, and they were just very interrelated. So I think this streamlined version is going to be a lot more helpful and useful. And again, even though I had wanted to keep to a certain time limit, I am just giving it to Spirit, allowing whatever messages come through and however long to speak. And so note, I won't be offended if you leave or won't watch. I strongly feel that whenever you do look for a reader or someone that you can connect with, especially on a spiritual level, use your intuition and be guided. Not everyone is going to like someone, and not everyone is going to resonate with me, and vice versa. So that's a quick note. What a week it's been. Last Friday, quick astrological or astro recap, as I say. Last Friday, April 1st, not only did we start a fresh brand new month, I just love the energy of a new month, but we had the first new moon of the new solar cycle. And in the season, in the sign, I should say, the sun sign of Aries on top of that. So it was very potent, very powerful. I don't know if you all felt that just shift. I felt the shift almost like a car was braking and all of a sudden it just took off. And I'm like, I'm not ready. I was on vacation, but I could feel the energy and I'm like, I kid you not. I don't know if you felt like a lot of things in different aspects or areas of your life just suddenly bloomed with a lot more things to do. So on that note, I do want to just welcome my Aries people and just say Aries in general, they are the movers and shakers. They start off the solar cycle. They take brave action and move forward. And that's the energy we are feeling. It's now time to do the shit that we have been planning, whether that was for the last week, the last several months, or longer. And I'm in that same boat because I'm a thinker as an air sign. I will think forever. So the moon right now is waxing, and we have the first quarter moon this Saturday in the sign of Cancer. And so the sun in Aries is square in the moon in Cancer this coming Saturday. So leading up, it's a good time to start taking small nudges towards what we want to do. And Saturday offers almost like a doorway, but very cautiously, because that can be a volatile element. We have to be careful of taking fast action without having those plans or that foundation in order. Be careful of how you speak and how you say things, because we do have Mercury in Aries. I'm looking at my notes just to make sure, because there's a lot of dates, a lot of signs and movements right now. We have different cycles wrapping up, and many of these major planetary alignments are moving into different planets this week too. So be careful with your thoughts. Be careful and think before you speak as well, especially when it comes to others and even with yourself. Aries is ruled by the first house, so this is really a lot about getting clear on things relating to yourself, self-care, how you want to do things in your life with your goals moving forward, and also how you talk to yourself. It's really important because Aries, my Aries can be very critical of themselves, and like many humans, we all are like that. So just be cautious in how you communicate in that respect. We also have, I see Venus going into, in Aquarius until Tuesday the 5th, and then it'll be going into Pisces. And in Aquarius is the more free, loving, innovative, kind of unconventional sign. And so you may see in this week, and even leading up to this week, new friends coming into your sphere, reconnecting with people that you haven't. Maybe your friendships are taking a different turn and they're just not what you consider. I know a lot of people are going through friend cleanups, I should say, friend and soul tribe realignments. And some people are currently in the midst of friend transitions, or being friendless. I can resonate. It's had a huge impact in my friend zone. And with partnerships too, some of you are just getting back in the dating scene. This goes and coincides with the equinox we just had. Whether you're in the northern or southern hemisphere, we have a shift in season. We have new beginnings, new energies, and there's just a lot of really just getting outside of our comfort zone and trying new things that we haven't, especially with a lot of what's been going on with the pandemic and in different parts of the world, wherever you are. You may have had different levels of quarantine and shutdowns and whatnot. So there's just an itch to get out, to start enjoying the seasons, whatever season you're in. And with Venus in Aquarius, some of you are starting, I'm getting just not because of the placement, many people are starting to get back into the dating scene. So this may be just casual dating, getting to know people. Maybe you don't even call it dating, whatever it is, just meeting others and socializing. And then we go into Pisces on the 5th until May 2nd. And Pisces, we just left the season just a couple weeks ago. Pisces is very dreamy. It's a water sign. It's very intuitive. And so when Venus is in the sign, we see a lot more affection and tenderness. Think of like the artists, the poets, words, it's very, like I said, dreamlike, but you have to be careful at the same time that you are focused on reality, that what you're seeing is real and not what you expect or want to see, any illusions. So just a few astro recaps, and let's dive into our weekly reading. All cards have been shuffled already. I do that to save time. And any other updates? I think that's it. If we have updates, I can add them while we talk. So let's get started. I'm using the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. I always say Ancestors and Angels, but I said the correct title this time. Again, I like my readings to really focus on soul path, soul growth, on you, because there's a lot of things you can take away in these collective readings. And I always say this, if love comes in, it comes in, but it's not the main focus of my readings. I really do advise you all, when you're interested in that topic or anything very specific, to get personalized readings. And I'll be offering readings very soon, and I will definitely update you all and link that information in the bottom. Oh, hell no. Sorry, too many cards fell. When I saw that, I'm like, no. We're going to be here all day, so. Yep, I already see it. 7 minutes. We haven't even started, so. Now I'm pulling from the Starseed Oracle deck. I've had a lot of people, actually, quite a few people come to me. We got one this week with changes in their missions, and a lot of starseeds are being activated. If you're watching this, more than likely, you are a starseed, and you have been feeling this. Some of you may connect to light language. I don't even read or receive light language, at least not now. It's not something that I've been inspired, but I'm just getting. I haven't even turned the card around yet, and I'm just already feeling this. Come on. I'm pulling from the Moonology Manifestation. This is a new deck by Yasmin Boland. I love this one. I used her other deck, the Moonology deck, and I love it. Oh, did you see that? Nope. There we go. Wow, I got two here. We are almost done. Let me know how your Aries season is treating you so far. Any Aries babies, comment down below. I can already feel the shift massively. I looked at my calendar and I'm like, can we go back to Pisces? But no. Pisces, it's a lot of healing. Okay, this one just came out upside down. So I'm going to turn these cards over and show them to you. Oh, I need to even include a video for shuffling, because look what we got. We got this last week. Sometimes I'm like, why? There's a continued presence of ancestors around you, but also a focus on going back to that. I've actually been called to, in the creation of some content that I'm working on at the moment, to delve deeply into ancestors, ancestral healing. I even decided to get some stuff for additional altars. Right now, many of you are being guided heavily by your ancestors. And this season, you are opening up to these gifts and connecting with them. Some of you have just connected to a new ancestor. I say this too because I myself just connected with my paternal grandmother. I was receiving signs and I'm like, oh my goodness. And that's another thing. How do you all receive signs, and do you all recognize it? Because they're subtle. They're not what we expect at times. I used to think it was going to be like a theater platform where the curtains open and the ancestor would announce themselves and be like, hey, Christine, it's, your grandmother, Elsa. And I'll be like, okay. And she would just tell me the messages and we'd be good to go. No, it doesn't work that way. I'm getting a lot of you are right now realigning with your soul mission. I mentioned this last week. Many of you have come full circle in your journey, and you are now realizing that you are stepping into this mission, into your power. Many of you have roles like a shaman, mystic, witches, wizards, whatever the names. There's so many different identities people put and use. Whatever you identify with, many of you are now stepping into this role. And again, when I say that, it doesn't mean that, oh, you're going to start organizing retreats as a shaman and bringing people to do plant medicine or forest bathing, or you're going to open up your own herbal shop and start making teas and tonics. No. When you're stepping into your power, it means simply accepting and acknowledging it. That's the beauty of it. We start receiving messages and signs, and everything starts coming. When you look back, it's only in retrospect, you're like, wow, they're like floating puzzle pieces. I encourage any of you who are on this journey right now to start tapping into what has been guiding your interests. I feel so called to stay on this card, you guys. I've been on this for like 3 or 4 minutes maybe. Some of you have a strong masculine energies that you are connecting with at this moment with your ancestors. I think I mentioned this last week. I'm getting grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather, great-great-great-grandfather, like lines. I'm just seeing lines, rows, masculine energy. Some of you are healing this side of the family, and also relationships with these people if they are alive, and your ancestors are helping you. Wow, what a season. Some of you are going to start seeing spirit animals. Remember, all you have to do is just set the intention to connect with your ancestors and to call on them. And they're whispers, they're not loud. Like I told you before, they don't announce themselves. Most don't, at least. And they're like, dun, 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 and then they give you their message. No, it's very subtle. Sometimes they come around in ways you least expect them. I remember I was going through a very difficult time a few months ago, and I called on my grandfather, Isaac. And within that week, I was picking up my mail, which if I remember, I'll do it like once a week. And I got a flyer from, it was like a cell phone company. They send those flyers to advertise for you to change plans. And it said, to Isaac, with my grandfather's full name. My grandfather has never been to my home. He's never lived here where I live, here in North Texas. And he passed away in 2019. I immediately knew it was a sign from him. And so be open. When you're open to signs, you will be surprised at what you receive and when you receive it. I feel like I'm going to have to come back to this. From the Starseed Oracle, we got the 7 Star Sisters. Birthing Creations, Tapestry of Life Expression. This taps into the season we're in right now. Not just the beginning of many hopes, dreams, projects because of the equinoxes we just had, but also just the energy shift we've just moved into with Aries. And we're at a time right now when many of us have been changing. There's been massive changes. And we're going to continue having changes, not just on a spiritual level with different forms of ascension. Many of us are still going through that process. Those who have started their spiritual awakening journeys, and because not everyone has opened up or has accepted that path. And that's okay. Everyone is on a different journey. I'm also feeling with this, many of you are starting to collaborate with people. There are new people that are coming into your life. Even though it's a 7, I immediately just get partnerships and groups of people that you're going to be collaborating with in new ways. These are people that are slowly coming into your life this year. And this month you may start meeting some. And these people are going to help open you up. Well, not open you up, physically, but help you open up to your gifts. These could be spiritual mentors, guides, teachers, spiritual kindred spirits, I should say, spiritual friends or like-minded people that are not from the groups or tribes that you've hung out with. I want to read more on this. Where's the book? There it is. The 7 Star Sisters. I don't know why I'm saying that to you as I look this up. There are new creations that want to be born. Beauty that's yearning to be woven. New consciousness that's longing to be breathed into life. If you draw this card, you're being called to surrender to these creations, to usher into a new era of consciousness, and do your bit in weaving the web of life. So this is your cue, your confirmation, my finger's in the way, to start taking action here. This is a card of the artist and the midwife. You're being called to ponder questions. What wants to be birthed through you? What new creations are whispering into your ear? What beauty are you being called to make? Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. Small tangent. When we get into that flow state, whatever you're doing that you just lose yourself in, it could be swimming, hiking, cooking, playing Nintendo or some of those video games I don't know the names to, creating some type of art masterpiece, dancing. Just think back of something where you lose yourself. And if you don't know it yet, start exploring those interests, those tidbits gnawing at you. Maybe you want to take up knitting or go to the library and check out something on a new topic, quantum physics, other dimensions, who knows, basket weaving. Maybe you're interested in the sociology of a particular tribe or a particular type of medicine or plant or any of that. Somewhere along the way, we stopped seeing ourselves as artists, as creatives, as poets. Yet to be human is to be creative. Creativity is part of your true nature. You're being called to surrender to a creative project like a new business or a book. Perhaps you're being called to weave beauty in your home or in the way you cook. Did that rhyme? It did. Regardless of the end result, you're being called to express yourself through creativity. Surrender to the creative projects that both scare you and excite you. You guys, this is all Aries season. My Aries people must be screaming. They're like, oh, hell yes. For where there's creativity, spirit and soul are present. And the world needs those qualities more now than ever before. What creations are you being called to birth? Even my dogs are like, yes. My dogs are Sagittariuses, by the way, so they're air signs, fellow air signs rooting the Aries people in season. This is beautiful. You guys, your ancestors are guiding many of you right now with these projects. Like I said, many of you are just stepping into your role, realigning, changing the course in which you thought you were going to pursue for something new. And you're meeting new people and connecting people that you didn't think you were going to connect. Some of these are reconnections as well. People that may have passed your path before, maybe acquaintances, and you thought, oh, they were cool, but you never thought that you would reconnect with them. It's going to happen. We got 2 cards with the Moonology manifestation. And, you guys, you heard me earlier, right? First quarter moon this Saturday in Cancer. Look at this. I'm always like, oh, yes, I wish I could have panoramic camera so you could see me shuffle and be like, I'm not choosing these. Look at this. First quarter moon in Aries, step into your power. Again, I don't always take these literally. I mean, that's just extra confirmation for me when it does happen, but we have a first quarter moon coming up. This is the waxing phase of the moon. We just had the new moon in Aries. We are in the Aries season. And this is it looks like a girl. I don't know the age. I don't know why. I thought she was a young kid first, but this looks like a young woman of sorts getting ready. She's tapping into her creativity. And I was going to say this looks like Mars, and obviously Aries is ruled by Mars, so no surprise, but I just feel like not just the heat, and it's getting hot everywhere with the seasons. Step into your power. Didn't I just said that? I have to rewind this, or not rewind. I'm thinking VHS days, guys. I have to rewatch this because I thought I said with this, you guys are stepping into your power with the help of your ancestors. And the Aries season, what a beautiful marker to do this. Again, don't be scared. Don't be freaked out. Actually, you can be. It's okay. Stay in those feelings. Don't skip over them. Don't do toxic positivity. Embrace it. Understand and try to examine why you're feeling the way you're feeling. It's nerve-wracking. Quick tidbit. I was a political scientist, PhD trained political scientist. And look what I'm doing now. And I'm an intuitive spiritual coach, and I help others in many other ways. And sometimes we're like, where did the connection come from? When I was pushed to step into my power, I'll just say years ago, and I resisted and fought tooth and nail. I was just like, holy cow, I can't do this. I'm like, what? No. What are people going to think? These are all the types of fears and things that may arise. Great time to journal it out or talk it out with someone. But remember to think of yourself first. Aries is all about the self. And lovingly be selfish at this time with your goals. Be careful of any plans, anything that you want to share it with others. Move in silence. Because it's the final product of it. That's when people will see it and will know. Wow, so much confirmation here. The second card we got. First quarter moon, another one. First quarter moon in Pisces. Honor your feelings. We have Venus moving into Pisces shortly. So we just left Pisces season, so we have remnants. Many of you may be water signs or Pisces watching this. Same with Aries. I'm getting Aries. I'm getting water. Again, this card doesn't have any zodiac sign attached, but intuitively I get water signs. That's Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Thank you. And then here we have Pisces, honor your feelings. So many of you, as you step into your power, whatever that means, that could be in your soul mission as part of a new business, your work, what you're doing in a relationship. Maybe you're transitioning. Perhaps your kids are grown, or you're moving to a new life chapter, and it's like a brand new cycle for you. Many of you are going through the feels right now. It's so important to feel them. And I'll say that as a logical Libra, LL. Many air signs can relate. It's hard for us to feel our feelings. Earth signs as well. I will say all of us, except the water signs. But we all tap into that. And take a look into your charts too to see where your Mercury is, where your moon sign is. And because I'm just getting a lot of water right now. A lot of you are scared. A lot of you are ambivalent. I can totally relate shifting from what you've done, what you may have worked for many years, and now it's like a whole new chapter is starting over, and you're like, what? I'd start again? But it's not. They're connected. Everything that you have worked for has prepared you for where you're going next. So take time to feel your feelings. Really take time, connect with yourself. Again, because of Aries season, I know many of you want to go out. Right now I'm getting like images of almost summertime, and we're just in spring up here in the northern hemisphere. But I'm getting people like wanting to travel, like an itch to move, travel, barbecues, parties, social events. Take time out for yourself. Tap into that Aries energy and take time out for yourself and really, really feel what it is you're feeling. It's okay to let it out. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be excited too. It's okay to be a lot of things. So on the Soul Path card, we got peace. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. This almost seems contrary to the Aries energy, doesn't it? But I will say the polarity or the polar sign of Aries is Libra. Libra is calling you guys out there. And because of the season we're in, many cardinal signs are affected as well, but Libra in particular too. Tap into the Libra energy and look for some of that peace. And also think, because Aries, the energy that we're in, many of us may be feeling an impulsive move to move towards things fast, to do things right away, to not really think, to change things quickly. Just take a breather for 1 sec. A lot of you are also finally entering chapters, cycles of peace and not discord. Many of you are leaving that behind. That may be part of why you're feeling the way you're feeling. There's been massive changes. I'm just feeling a whirlwind, like a tornado. A lot of you, your lives are literally cleaned out. Like a tornado comes, unfortunately, and completely flattens, destroys everything in its path, and you rebuild anew. Many of you are in that time period. Some of you have left very long-term. I'm getting long-term commitments, relationships, more than 5-10 years. I'm getting upwards of that. There's just I see a lot of doors, a lot of leaving and entering. Many of you have left not just long-term relationships, long-term jobs, and professions, fields. You may have been in the field for a long time, not necessarily in that job. Maybe some of you were in retail, hospitality, hotel management, travel industry. Many of you are doing things very differently, or moving. It's a whole, I'm just getting fresh, brand new, whole new cycle. For your final message for this week, wow, for the self-care, because self-care is important, especially more so now with many of the fire signs, but especially Aries, because Aries is a go-getter. And if many of you are already starting to feel burnt out, take a step back and really assess radically, with radical honesty, your calendars and your time commitments, and allow some space. That can be very hard to do. I'm in the same boat in doing that. Look what we got, watching a movie. Right now, it may be like you are watching a movie unfold in your own life. It may have seemed like your life was like a movie. If any of you are familiar with the channels like the Lifetime channel, Lifetime movies, Hallmark, but Hallmark is more always happy and all that. Lifetime has some of those movies where you're like, crap, my life was like that, where things didn't always go how you anticipated. It may be time for some of you to just take some time for yourself and actually watch a movie. It could be a movie related to where you want to go. I'm getting documentaries right now. Not exactly a Friday night thriller, but I love documentaries. There's something in there for everyone. Grab a movie on your couch or with whomever and take time for yourself. This may be the only time that you can breathe and just consider some next steps. It doesn't always have to be going so fast. So a quick recap. Many of you are working with your ancestors this week and stepping into your power. I am so sorry. My dogs are going crazy in the background right now. Take time to honor your feelings, because this Aries energy is intense, it's strong, and it's quick moving and forward moving. Balance that with taking time out for yourself. Take care of yourself during this time. I hope this reading has helped someone out there and has resonated. Whatever you do, have faith. Everything is going to work out. And if you made it here, all the way to this point, because we're past 27 minutes, I would be happy to offer you a complimentary reading or a complimentary 30-minute Reiki session. If you are interested, comment down below and we will go from there. Have a wonderful week and see you soon.